Your large self is beaming out of you.
Yeah. But my mind is still like,
and it's still
trying
just
to
sitting there
cover
going,
it up.
yeah,
Is what
yeah,
it feels
still
like, you know?
oh my God, but what if?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. My mind still does that every now and then. You know, it'll say, you know, honey could go out in the street and get run over, and I'll go, thank you very much.
Yeah. And I think even as far as like, I have the whole thing with the work, because, you know, I worked on myself a lot, you know, for years, and I feel like I'm not old enough to have worked on myself for years, you know what I mean, but I had, you know, because I have a family that has had a history of depression and anxiety and stuff like that, so you listen to all this stuff about the genes and blah, 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 oh, my parents are still this way and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, mine were, well, one's blissed out now, he passed over, but my mom, the genes are a factor if you live in that reality.
Yeah, I feel like it's just it's like a piece of evidence that your mind is using to like keep you stuck, basically.
Oh yeah.
And whenever I would, you know, have those little periods, because I think I've told you it's felt very much like a yo-yo for me. You know, I'm not one of those people like you, like the first week, not at all, you know. So it's taken a while, and it's definitely been a lot of up and down, but I've noticed that the yo-yo's not going down as far as it used to, and it's not staying down as long. I mean, it used to stay down a long time.
Yeah, so it's sort of like,
as long.
It's sort of like this,
yeah,
isn't it? But
exactly.
And pretty soon your lows are not nearly as low.
It gets better, but still when you go down, it's like, oh, this is awful.
Well, you know what? It's supposed to feel bad when you go down.
I know, but it still doesn't.
It's supposed to continue to feel bad when you go down.
You're talking about where it's okay, like I'm just okay with it, and every time I go down, I'm not, oh, this is awful. I want to just be like, oh, well, this doesn't feel good, but that's okay. I want to get to that point where I don't resist it anymore, and I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
you know?
there is a fine line. Because it's supposed to feel bad, and you're supposed to say, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
Yet, you know, resisting it a little or not at all. Yeah, because things happen that I go, this is not okay. This doesn't feel good. I don't want this. I want to move through this. Yeah. So it's supposed to feel bad so you'll get out.
I know.
Yeah.
And the whole thing with the work too, like, I did stop all the other stuff because I did, like, you know, the Louise Hay and all those things. I did all that stuff. I did EFT for a while, and I just came to realize that all of that stuff, I was so out of tune with how I felt about it. It didn't feel good to do it. I didn't enjoy tapping on myself. I was doing it because I was trying to fix myself. It didn't feel good to me.
Right. Fixing doesn't feel good. And here's, you know, if EFT is all someone can let in at the time, if they want to do that, then fabulous. There are many things out there that will help. Here's my difficulty with EFT. You have a feeling and you want it to go away, which is resistance.
Yeah.
So you want to tap it and make it go away instead of feeling it. Which is like, maybe if I tap on my instrument panel, which tells me my plane is pointed down, maybe it'll go back up. So then there's no understanding of the feeling and what it was trying to tell you, and that maybe something needs to change in this relationship, or something needs to change in your work, or something needs to change in your environment. But, woohoo, okay, I made the feeling go away, now I feel great. That's my difficulty with it, because when people learn to understand their feelings and the instrument panel that they are, then they're useful. And then as soon as you move them and flow onward where you need to go, they rise anyway. So yeah, and tapping just seems like too much work. It's too much work. I knew these people, they were constantly tapping on themselves. It's like, well, wouldn't it be more fun to be living? So I'm so opinionated, and yet I'll say, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
And glad it's all out there, and yet when people can have the wisdom to put it down. But thank you so much for sharing about your being very much an analytical. Yeah. I'm soon going to have an online course among the millions of other online courses that I'm currently working on about personality styles, behavior styles, and it's going to be very inspirational for analytical people in this group that you're talking about this, and because when I do that online course about the behavior styles, the analytical type is very tied to, facts and proof, and it's got to all be logical, and it's all got to run through the left brain, it's all got to add up.
Yeah.
And yet your biggest freedom and bliss is going to come from, I don't know why it works, it's not logical, I'm just going because it feels good, which just runs counter to the analytical way of doing things.
Exactly.
And I love analytical people, and I've got a touch of that, but not a whole lot. My dad was very, very much that. My brother was very much that. But sometimes it is a bit of more of a process, let's say, to get the mind to get in the back seat, because the mind of an analytical is very strong, which is fabulous. If you can let the presence start using your analytical mind, oh my God, it's unbelievably incredible. And the presence has actually increased my analytical mind ability in a very positive way, in being able to do technical things and just figure things out. Yet the analytical does often have more of a process. Plus, analyticals don't like fast change.
Oh no.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to them.
No.
How did that happen?
No. Yeah, how did that happen? And analyticals prefer more measured, let me check it out as we go kind of change. I want to be able to back out if this doesn't seem to be adding up. Analyticals want a lot of facts and data. Very conscientious, though. Now, one of the principles in that program is going to be that any gift, being analytical is a gift you were given to expand and develop. Any gift taken to extreme becomes a weakness.
Or a challenge.
Or a challenge.
Yeah.
And so, what is analytical taken to extreme?
You get analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis.
It's judgmental in my case.
Judgmental,
Like being
yes.
very harsh on myself.
Yes.
Like perfectionistic.
Perfectionism.
And I think about
you got the big
like,
four.
oh yeah, and I think about like how much, because I listen to my mind a lot more. Not, you know what I mean? I'm more aware of it, not that I'm
Yeah, you're
trying
more
to.
witnessing it.
But
yeah,
I think about how much energy is being wasted. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you imagine all that energy that I'm wasting and all of that stuff I use for something else? Like, I can't even imagine what it would be like. It's just so much. And so that's what I want, is just to kind of, redirect all that energy.
And you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You are so right there on it. And bravo for sticking with this process and letting it unfold in its own timing. That way you're not freaking out your analytical mind. And what's the big hurry anyway? Again, you're enjoying the process. Oh, that is wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. Just ask the presence, hey, use my analytical mind. Who else thinks they have some analytical, a bit of, okay, yeah.
Do it all day long.
Yeah. It does. It gets kind of like tight and narrow, and it gets judgmental, and you get paralyzed by analysis when actually when you let the presence use your analytical mind, it'll do the computation really fast and let you have the answer. Yeah. Now, the analytical mind often wants to know what all the steps were in getting the answer. And suspects things that look too easy.